Welcome to the Soft Power Project, a podcast that journals the story of women as they navigate their own transformations. I'm Sherry, a certified coach and your host. In my mid-30s, I made the bold decision to reinvent my life. Now in my 40s, I'm sharing that journey along with the stories of women who inspire me. Like you, we're embracing growth to become our highest selves. Let's celebrate the power of self-exploration, one story at a time. Hello everyone, welcome back to Soft Power Project. Today, let's talk about the misconception of wellness. Wellness is such a beautiful topic to talk about, and obviously we're all very interested in wellness, and that's why you're listening to this episode. But there are so many traps out there, and as I'm growing my social media presence, I find myself fall into those traps, and those traps actually keep me small and away from what I actually wanted to feel. So this is a good reminder for myself, but I do think that a lot of people may fall into that trap, occasionally or more often than you think. Before I jump into the content itself, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for being here, listening to the episode. Follow me on social media. I just created a page on LinkedIn, which is called Soft Power Project Podcast. And what I really wanted to do is to start writing something like a longer post, not just talking about each episode and the interview itself, but incorporating books and authors' ideas and also researchers' ideas as well. So come and join me. I'm going to leave all the information in the show notes below. All right, let's talk about wellness first. So when I say the word wellness, what comes up in your head? So I'll admit, for me, for a very long time, this is what I would think about. Picture this, number one, someone doing their breathwork exercise in the morning in a beautifully decorated bedroom with no kids running around in the background. She is well dressed in beautiful Lululemon outfit. Her hair is pulled back and everything looks so serene. 2. Someone doing her morning routine where she writes her journal, her gratitude journal for 30 minutes each day. 3. Someone going to yoga retreats taking place in a beautiful wellness center, kind of like the ones that you saw in White Lotus. And 4. Someone's enjoying the beautiful meal with complete keto meal kind of spread out on the table. So those are just a few images that comes up in my head when I think about wellness. And you know where those come from, right? They're from social media. And I think this is the thing that we have to be really careful about, is that when we consumed a lot of information on social media, we start to think that those are actually wellness. But those are actually just the things that you can do in order to achieve wellness. But if you focus on too much of the tasks itself, you're actually keeping yourself trapped in that. And honestly, though, I always wondered about these content creator. I wonder when they're taking a photo or maybe filming themselves doing the breath work and beautiful, impressive yoga poses, what are they actually thinking? Because I may actually ended up worrying about how many likes or engagement I get on that post rather than actually focusing on feeling peaceful and grateful in the moment. So I'm really still on the fence about that. Like, do I film myself meditating or do I actually just be, And I feel like this is the line that we really need to take. And it may be different from everyone, but for me at this very moment, I feel like I don't think I can fully be present with myself if I'm filming myself and thinking about how I would post this on social media and what it's going to look like. But anyway, this is just one of the traps that I wanted to talk about and kind of remind everyone that that's not wellness. What is wellness is going to be not pretty. It's messy. It's even quite ugly at times. And I think from speaking to all of my lovely guests, I really get to reflect on what wellness is. So let's do a quick recap. In episode 9, I interviewed Jenny, and she talked about the act of self-care. Not taking bubble bath, not doing meditation, but it's about embracing every part of you and be authentic to yourself. And she talked about this concept, which is the worst kind of betrayal is self-betrayal. And that's the moment when she made the tough decision to leave a well-paid, well-respected job so that she can actually be true to herself. And I don't think that moment was Instagrammable, but it's tough, it's messy, and it comes with a lot of emotion. And in episode 10, Jenny and we actually talk about this concept of self-inflicting trauma. And I think it has everything to do with taking control of your own narrative. How do you talk to yourself? What is the story that you're telling yourself? And also ultimately allowing the toxic relationships to fall apart so that you can make space for the relationship that actually serves you. And again, it's not Instagrammable. A lot of moments, it's isolating, it's ugly. Maybe you ugly cry. I definitely did. And it's messy. In episode 12, Anne talked about the importance of knowing yourself, and she described it as putting the puzzle pieces together. And when you think about putting puzzle pieces together, it's never a quick process. It has nothing to do with quick fix. It may get really frustrating because you may try the pieces and it didn't work, and you have to let go of it and then try another one. In episode 14, Lisa talked about helping women to confront the guilt and finally take the step to be with themselves and going on a solo trip. Confronting the fear of guilt and confronting the fear of disappointing your family just because you want to take time for yourself. It takes so much courage, and it all takes place when they are by themselves. And carving out that experience and take on that discomfort and to grow in the space. And back in episode 1, my guest Debbie talks about getting the job that she wanted out of desperation, and the job wasn't even posted. It's not even created. She just went into the office and asked for it. And at the time, it was, it felt really bold, but also came with a lot of emotion as well. And in episode 9, I remembered Jackie talked about the idea of confidence. It's not this innate capability that you have, is that you build confidence when you're able to sit with your uncomfortable feelings, with the negative feelings, almost as if you're befriending with those feelings. And those feelings can be jealousy, anger, frustration. As you can see, wellness lies within, and they are not quick fix, and they're not pretty, and they're definitely not Instagrammable. And what I wanted to say is that while yoga, breathwork, journaling, healthy diet, those are so important to us, but they are the things that we can do in order to achieve the state of wellness. But wellness is messy and ugly sometimes. But ultimately, wellness isn't showing the world what you do on Instagram. It's the ability to wait when you want to react, listen when you want to yell or defend, and be still when the others are telling you to rush. And that's wellness. Wishing everyone an incredible day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. The Soft Power Project is produced and hosted by Sherry Fang. For any inquiry, please email us at softpower.you@gmail.com.